Today we're going to be setting up a scan to folder on a Kyocera copier. First thing you're going to need to do is open up a web browser, and then you're going to need to type in the copier's IP address. As you can see here, I already have my web interface open on my Kyocera CopyStar. Today we're going to be working on the CS5551CI. Once you have the IP typed in, hit enter. This will be what the page looks like. Once you have this up, on the left side, we're going to go ahead and click address book, and then we're going to click on machine address book. Sometimes the refresh is just a little bit slow. Alright, so there we go. So basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to create an address book entry here, and again we're going to be under the machine address book. Once we have this opened up, we're going to come up here to the top of the area, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to click add. What you're going to want to do at this point is you're going to want to go ahead and type in a friendly name. This friendly name will be whatever name you want to appear in the control panel display of the machine when the user walks up to the machine to do scanning. So it can be, you know, a friendly first name, first and last name, first name, middle initial, last name, whatever you guys want. Doesn't really matter. For today's demonstration, I'm just going to name it test. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drop down to the SMB section. The SMB section is going to be the only section that we're going to need to input the information into to get our scan to folder working. First thing though, we are going to need to get some information. We are going to need to know the host name or the IP address of the destination computer. And then we're going to need to know a folder name, and then we're going to need to know a login username and a login password specific to the computer that we are scanning to. So to find out the host name of the computer, the easiest way to do it is just go to your start menu, and then right click on computer, or if you're using Windows 8, click on this PC. So we're going to right click, and we're going to go to properties. And your computer name is going to be displayed. You can see mine's named VND-DT-IT2. So that's going to be the host name I'm going to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and type that in. Now, sometimes host names will not work for whatever reason. So if you feel that your host name, scanning to host name, may not work on your network, what you're going to want to do, or what you can do instead of entering a host name, you can enter your computer's IP address. If you know your computer's IP address, you can go ahead and type that in. So if I didn't know and I wanted to find out what my IP was, I could then go to Start, type in CMD, C as in Charlie, M as in Mary, D as in David, hit enter, and we're going to get a little window to pop up. On this command prompt, we're going to type in one word, IPCONFIG. So we're going to type in ipconfig, and then we're going to hit enter. Once we hit enter, our computer's IP address is going to be displayed. You can see my IPv4 address is 192.168.0.214. So I could use this IP instead of my host name. So if I want to use my IP, I would just go 192.168.0.214. But it's always best to use host name addresses. So again, we're going to go ahead and stick to that. Next thing we're going to need to know is we're going to need to know a path. The path is basically going to consist of basically where the destination folder is. What I always advise is always try to keep everything as simple as possible. That way you have a lot less troubleshooting to do if something should go wrong. So essentially for the file path, what we would do is we would click on My Computer, and then we would create a folder under our C drive. So after we click on My Computer or this PC, we're going to go ahead and open up our C drive. And then in an empty part of this window, we're going to right click, and we're going to go New, and then we're going to go to Folder. Now, your destination folder can be named whatever you want, but again, to keep it simple, I suggest just naming the folder Scan or Scans. Once I have my folder created, I'm going to right-click on it, and then I'm going to go to Properties. Basically, under here, we need to set the sharing on the folder, and then to verify the sharing, we're going to need to just check something in the Security tab. So basically, under Sharing, we're going to click on it, and then we're going to click on this button called Share. Once this window pops up, we're going to need to add the Everyone group. So what we're going to do is we're going to type in this area, Everyone. Once you have Everyone typed, we're going to go ahead and we're going to click Add. After the Everyone group is displayed in this bottom window, we're going to open this up and we're going to change the permission level to read-write. So the Everyone group will need to have read-write permission to the folder. After this is set up, we're going to go ahead and click Share. And then we can go ahead and click Done when it says our folder is shared. After that, we're going to go ahead and just jump over to the Security tab really quick. And we're going to verify that the Everyone group has been added to our list, and the Everyone group does have all of these check marks checked. Needs all of the check marks checked except for the special permissions. Once you verified this, you can go ahead and click Close. So now we have a destination folder ready to receive scans, and now we know our file path. The reason why I put a folder directly in the C drive is just for the sake of making the file path as short as possible. If you do bury your folder in other folders, you will have to start at the parent folder and then sort of type in the logical file path after that. So basically, since my folder is scans and my folder is shared out on the network, I'm going to go back to my web page over here, and then for the file path, I'm just going to type in scans. No backslashes, no drive letters needed. For my username and password, I'm going to need to type in the username and the password that is to this computer. Because I'm on a domain, I will have to enter my domain credentials. Okay, once I have all this set up, what I can do is before I hit submit, if I want to make sure that everything is appropriate, I want to go ahead and click on the test button. If I get a successful test, that means everything is set up correctly. I got a connection okay. So that means my folder is ready, it's open, it's ready to be scanned to, and the username and the password that I input is correct, and everything should be ready for me to go ahead and start scanning on the machine. Once this is done, we're going to go ahead and we're going to come down to the bottom and we're going to click submit. After we click submit, our address book entry will be saved. We can then walk up to the machine, and you can see it says register number 19. So now we can walk up to the machine, go to our address book, and find our address book entry that we created.